Good evening or good night, whatever you guys want to call it. It's late, almost 11. Wait, let me double check. Yeah, almost 11 o'clock my time, Eastern time. Um, Tonight I got an interesting question. I was sort of gonna already talk about this before, but I decided I would just talk about it another time. But somebody emailed the question, the request for this, and it's a pretty good one, I guess. It's not a question that can really ever be probably answered, but um, let's see here, pull up the emails. Um, Here we go. From Danny. Well, I'm not going to say his full name. I know Danny had mentioned this before that he wanted to do this stream on this subject, but Danny says, is the Illuminati real? Does it exist? Is it fictitious? Is it just something made up? Like, is it over exaggerated? What exactly is the Illuminati? Well, Danny, the Illuminati supposedly is real, but I don't think it's the way people describe it. I don't think it's the way people really describe it. I think people have over embellished it over the years. Um, Most of it, I think, from what I was reading and doing research on, is fictional. A lot of it's fictional. The Illuminati, like for example, people when they say the Illuminati, they especially nowadays they automatically assume, oh, the secret society that kills people, and makes it look like suicide and things like that. I don't know if they exist. I don't really know if that actually is real. That's probably not real. Plus, if the Illuminati was so sophisticated and so smart, so much smarter than the rest of us and ahead of all of us, I don't think they would be. I don't think people would know who they are. Like they wouldn't have a Wikipedia like I'm looking at right now about the Illuminati. Like they would just be literally a secret society that nobody knows about. Let's see here. I was just reading a little bit about the Illuminati. Like, I mean, it's just such a overused word. I mean, nowadays everybody uses the word Illuminati, Illuminati. When something crazy happens, must be the Illuminati. Must be the Illuminati. Like, let's see here. The Illuminati. Hold on here. Read the description. It was founded in May of 1776, today part of Germany. Let's see here. Society's goals were to oppose superstitions, um, religious influence over public life, and abuses of state power. The order of the day, they wrote in their general statutes, is to put an end to the tyranny that goes on in the public. But again, this doesn't describe the actual Illuminati the way people know it today. People today think of the Illuminati as, like I said, this crazy society that, conspiracy theory type, that goes around killing people, spying on people, the all knowing. I don't know. It just, let's see here. Yeah, like it says here, most of it has been over embellished. The Illuminati, a lot of people have taken something that was a group. Yeah, the Illuminati was, I don't know if you could still say it is or was a group of people that had different goals and missions, but I don't think it represents anything the way we've taken it today, the way we interpret it today. The Illuminati today, we interpret Illuminati as like these secret invisible people, shadows that we can't see. They're able to control us. Like when you hear about a celebrity death like Michael Jackson, everybody was like, oh, Michael Jackson really didn't overdose. It was Illuminati hit. um, that's the way we view the Illuminati today. We think of them as like, oh, it's this, like I said, underground secret society that pulls all these magical strings and gets all kinds of stuff accomplished that we don't even know about. I don't know. I just see here. See if there's any more information on the Illuminati. Um, yeah, it says the society's goals were to oppose superstition, religious influence over public life, and abuses of state power. The order of the day. They wrote in their general statutes is to put an end to the machines of the whatever it is of injustice, to control them without dominating them. Basically, yes, it kind of sounds. I see where people get this from. Control people without dominating them. The Illuminati, along with Freemasonry and other secret societies, were outlawed throughout. Edict by Charles Theodore. Let's see here. Within the encouragement of the Catholic Church in 1784. During subsequent years, the group was generally vilified by conservative and religious critics who claimed that the Illuminati continued underground, and were responsible for the French Revolution. Yeah, I don't know. Huh. Not really sure. I mean, to answer your question though, Danny, Danny, that's her name. The Illuminati, technically, I guess you could say it is real. The Illuminati, I'm sure, technically, it does exist, or at least used to exist. A lot of people believe that they used to thrive more and they was more active, back in the 1780s, 1700s, 1770s. And now, basically, some people don't believe that they're still around today. I have no idea whether they are, whether they exist, or whether they still are pulling strings to get things done. Are they still killing people? Did they ever kill anyone? A lot of people think that, the Illuminati never did anything wrong. But no, what I was going to say is, getting back to your question, is the Illuminati real? It depends on what you interpret the Illuminati as being. If you interpret them as just being a group, like a club, like Freemasonry, yeah, of course it's real then. I mean, we all know Freemasons are real. Yeah, it's real. But if you believe in the Illuminati from like the more nefarious sense, like, oh, they had this celebrity killed and made to look like a suicide or this or that, I don't know about that. That's over my head. That's over my pay grade. Um, that's a different question altogether. I mean, historically speaking, the club, the group known as the Illuminati is real, or at least used to be real. The club. Um, but it's sort of like asking, are Christians real? Well, of course Christians are real. Or are Jewish people real? Of course they're real. Um, the Illuminati is real, but I just don't think it's what people think it is. People think that, they're like powerful and that they control everything. If they were, like, honestly, if the Illuminati was super powerful and secretive and able to like do all of this amazing stuff without us even knowing, like killing people, having people assassinated, um, being involved in like certain events, tragic terrorist events, if they were on top of the, the chain, like basically they're up here and we're all the way down here, we would not even know their name. We wouldn't even be able to refer to them as the Illuminati because they would be so secretive that we wouldn't even know what they are. That's my take. That's just my opinion. If they were that powerful, we wouldn't even know who they are. Now, is it possible the Illuminati is just like a like smoke and mirrors, like a fake visage, and maybe the real powerful people that control what's going on in the world, we don't even know who they are. The Illuminati could just be like a front, a false front, um, while other people pull the real strings and do stuff. I don't know. I have no idea. Um, I just don't think, if something is so big and so powerful, in just ahead of us in terms of intelligence and planning and all of that, I don't think we would even be able to even comprehend who they are. Um, so I don't think that we would be sitting here even talking about the Illuminati if they really are as people think that they are, like, in terms of them being able to like pull all kinds of different crazy things. Um, Now, I believe that they're a symbol. They definitely are a symbol, just like Freemasonry is a symbol. It's in a group, a club of people. Yeah, Illuminati is a club. Freemasonry is a club. Christianity is a part of a club. Um, it's basically people that share the same belief, the same common belief. So yeah, they're of course a club. They exist, I'm sure. And like I said earlier, if they don't exist, they at least used to exist. The Illuminati Club. Um, but I wouldn't like go as far as like believing all the different crazy stories you hear about. Oh, this guy got killed the other day. It must have been the Illuminati. I wouldn't believe stuff like that. But would not believe that. But there's definitely, obviously, a lot of stuff that goes on, I'm sure, in the world that we don't really understand or know about, or we just can't comprehend certain things, whether it be conspiracy related, or whether the government does stuff that we don't understand, pulls strings that we can't figure out. I have no idea. Who knows about that stuff? But who knows? I'm sure there's all kinds of nefarious things that go on in the world, but you can't always just point out one thing and say that's what it is. It's the Illuminati, or it's the secret society underground, or oh, it must be the Freemasons. People always blame one type of group. They point their finger at one thing, and or they'll blame the Jewish community. They'll be like, oh, it must be the false Jews. And it's just a lot of that stuff is just knee-jerk reactions, like, oh, it must be this guy, or it must be this person, or this club is a part of this. Like another one, I know this is a little off topic, but when we were discussing Freemasonry, which a lot of people kind of, it's stupid, but a lot of people do sort of put them together with Illuminati. I guess because of it being a really old club that's been around for a long time, Freemason Club, Lodge, and the Illuminati, obviously. But it's so silly that there's a lot of people that I've known of that were Freemasons, and it doesn't mean that if somebody's a Freemason that they're out to get everybody and out to hurt people and take over the world. It's like I said, it's the same thing as being Jewish or being Christian or being Muslim or whatever. There's all kinds of different beliefs, religions, clubs, societies. Obviously some are probably better than others. Some's probably worse, but yeah, like all of these different people that's a part of these various different organizations and clubs. It, I think some people read too much into it and they try making too big of a deal out of what some of these definitions or what some of these words actually represent. Like whenever, like at least nowadays, whenever you hear somebody say, "Oh, he's a 33rd degree Freemason" or whatever, people automatically are like, "Oh, there's something wrong. He's obviously a part of the in club that's out to get all of us and hurt all of us and take over." And it's like, no, there's just totally different levels. It would be like going into a church, a Catholic church. You got, let's just say 500 members at the church. Probably majority of those members in that church are most likely good people. They're faithful people. They believe in their faith. They're probably caring people, giving. But I'm sure at least one or two of those people's probably not very good. It's the same thing with any group or any club that you're in. Obviously, not everybody's going to be a good person, but not everybody's bad either. Not everybody's out to, harm you or harm anybody. So, and I don't think that you can like really label a group whatever it be, whether it may be the Jewish community, Freemasonry, Freemason Lodge, um, or even Illuminati, although Illuminati is more of a mystery, I guess, because, it's so old. I don't even know if there's anybody even still around that was a part of the original um, founding, parenting of the Illuminati. Um, but yeah, it's the same thing with all of that stuff. You could basically turn anything into whatever you want to turn it into, any kind of conspiracy, um, any type of nefarious thing, whether it be like, secret society or, JFK assassination. Now, some of those are really interesting. I do think that there's some strange stuff that was going on with Martin Luther King being assassinated and JFK, but who was involved? You can't really like say 100% for sure. You can't really say, oh, I know it was this guy or it was this group or this organization, had this guy assassinated. You can't really, like, there's no way to prove certain things like that. You could theorize and talk, well, I think this could have happened or I think that could have happened, but there's no way to prove any group or club had anything to do with somebody's death, their demise. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this stream here. I would like to do more streams on these types of topics. These are fun topics, but they're almost impossible to really give like a straight answer. Like I can't really come on here and say, oh yeah, the Illuminati's real and this is what they're doing, or no, they're not real. It's kind of one of those things where, like I said earlier, the meaning and definition of the Illuminati is and was real. That was real. It was founded by a real person, in the 1700s. But what you believe them to be today and what they represent today, who knows? Like maybe they don't even exist anymore. Maybe there's still some members left that are still connected to that original group of the Illuminati, passed down from, I guess it would have been several generations. So, but as far as like, being able to pinpoint, who is the Illuminati? What are they doing today? Do they exist? Did they ever really exist in the form that we think of them as existing in? Like, I don't really know. I mean, there is some similar connections to the original Illuminati and the way people perceive them today in terms of, being against authority. A lot of people talked about how they were against a large part of society. That could kind of, I see where people connect the dots and make it, we're like, they're out to get people. So I don't know. I can see some of the similarities there. So I think that's going to do it, guys. If I had more to go over with this topic, I would. I don't have a ton of information. I didn't do a ton of research on this subject. I did a little bit, and a lot of it was through years of just reading stuff about the Illuminati and stuff like that. But I never really did a ton of digging. I'd like to do a part 2 on this stream, give better information, also be better prepared. I think I gave the best information that I could possibly give on this subject. But as far as like giving a definitive answer, it's such a, like one of those catch-22 things. You really can't give a definitive answer on a question like the Illuminati. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it. I think I covered everything. Let's see. Should have everything covered here. But again, these are fun topics, though, to discuss, break down. Like I said, I want to do a longer stream, though, on a subject like this with a little more information as opposed to the lack of information that I gave. Also, guys, I appreciate any support I get, the views, the subscriptions, the likes, comments, all of that. I greatly appreciate it. It helps the channel out. It helps with the algorithm. Also, when you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of my awesome amazing content. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And also for request, like this type of stream that I'm doing, requested from Danny. You could either go to the about section, email me a request, or just drop the question down below in the comment section. That way I know. Just let me know, though, that it's a requested stream. And I'll usually go over any request. I mean, I haven't really had any requests that I couldn't do. I was like, oh, you know, some requests might be a little bit weird, but most of my requests are pretty appropriate. So, and see if there was anything else that I wanted to go over. It's 11. What is it? 11:15. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna. I'm not gonna be back today or tonight, but I'll be back probably either tomorrow or Friday. And go over some other topics, discussions. And that's going to do it, guys. Anyways, again, I appreciate the support. I do this for free and for fun. This content is to help try to either educate people, you know, maybe make somebody laugh here and there when I do my crazy rant streams, bizarre streams. And especially when I get drunk. And, you know, try to entertain people, but yet also, you know, like I said, educate people on different subjects, different topics. Make people think a little bit, question things. Don't just always fall for the MSM mainstream media. Try to keep your mind open, you know, your eyes open, pay attention to things, and do your research. You know, don't just you know, say, well, I watched 10 minutes of CNN this morning, so I know everything there is to know. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream on the Illuminati. I'm sorry I wasn't able to really give a direct answer on your question about the Illuminati, other than I don't really know for sure. But and you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday night. You guys all take care out there. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. Peace out, everybody.